Good evening and welcome to ABC 31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. Vandals strike Tioga High and Junior High for the second time in just over a week. Details in tonight's big story. It happened this morning and both schools sustained extensive damage to their interiors. Glass cases, mirrors, and equipment are all broken. Sheriff William Earl Hilton is adding another $5,000 to the reward, bringing the total to $8,500 for information leading to the arrests and convictions of the culprits. Authorities say last week's incident caused about $10,000 in damages.
A lot of damage, some petty theft. Damages have been mainly broken glass and things of that nature. I'm very proud of our students and our faculty coming together, taking care of each other, helping each other clean up things. We've had great support from the district, getting extra support in here to clean up things, and you know, we worked hard to get the kids back on schedule, and we're back in school right now and having class as usual. There's no doubt I've gotten a lot of support from the community out there, and all of them are upset because that's their tax dollars having to be used to repair things instead of giving it to the kids for their educational purposes or for their own support and growth as far as education is concerned.
A photo was released on social media last week after the first incident at the schools. Sheriff Hilton is asking anyone with information to come forward. If you do have information, please call the Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers if you would like to remain anonymous. A Galveston woman was killed early this morning in Natchitoches Parish in a single car crash. State police have identified her as 51-year-old Maria Imelda Saligumba. State police say she was riding in a van driven by 62-year-old Alberto Saligumba, who had lost control and hit a tree. That crash happened on Highway 9. Voiles deputies are looking for an offender who reportedly left a work detail in Bunkie and stole a city vehicle from the fire department. 26-year-old George Hennigan of Crowley has been in jail for a 3-year probation revocation. Authorities say he was originally convicted of possession of stolen things. He's 6'1" and weighs about 170 pounds. Grant deputies arrest 2 women from Montgomery on drug charges. 33-year-old Samantha Durbin and 28-year-old Keonta Brown, both charged with possession of crystal meth, drug paraphernalia, and parole violations. Natchitoches police say a 13-year-old car thief tried to run down an officer yesterday, but no one was hurt. Police said that teen took the vehicle from a parking lot at the Natchitoches Times on South Drive, then led officers on a chase along the western part of the city. Police say the teen raced toward an officer who was on foot. The officer was able to disable the car and arrested the teen. He is charged with attempted murder, theft, reckless operation, aggravated flight, and numerous traffic violations. That teen is now in a juvenile detention center. Governor John Bel Edwards wants to raise taxes on businesses and high-income earners in order to replace the 1-cent increase to the state sales tax. That increase was passed last year, but is scheduled to go away next year. Edwards said under his plan, 90% of individuals would actually see a decrease on their income taxes. But those making more than $140,000 a year would likely pay more.
This reduction in the personal income tax rate will put more money into the pockets of hardworking Louisianans all across our state. For far too long, the people of Louisiana have footed the bill for costly tax credits and exemptions, while too many very profitable businesses don't pay a penny of income taxes.
Political experts say it will be hard for the Democratic governor to get the Republican-controlled legislature to go along with that plan. We've cleared out the storms and looking ahead to much nicer weather. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers is here with a look at your weather now.
Hey Scott, yeah, definitely saw some nice weather out there today. Temperatures into the mid-70s to upper 70s across much of central Louisiana. Very nice for this time of year. Now, as we get to our Friday, though, may start to bring a little more humidity back into our atmosphere. That also brings some warmer temperatures with it, though. Should see highs get back into the 80s with mostly sunny skies on Friday afternoon. Now, as you get to the weekend, I think Saturday should be okay. But as you get to Saturday night and Sunday and then into early next week, could see some more rounds of showers and thunderstorms. And some of those storms could actually turn severe once again by Sunday and Monday. Something to keep an eye on here as you get through the weekend, but definitely going to keep the warm temperatures around the next several days. So surface map doesn't show too much going on for your Friday. Again, we're seeing just some warmer weather, but more humid weather making its way back into central Louisiana. You can see well off to our west, though, that's our cold front. And that next cold front will get in here by Sunday and Monday, bringing us the next chance of showers and thunderstorms. So we'll talk more about that with your full forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
Thanks, Chris. The Central Chamber of Commerce and Louisiana Small Business Development Center partnered together for a workshop focused on starting and financing small business. A guest from HLB Financial Solutions also attended to speak on the finance portion of the workshop.
We have the Louisiana Small Business Development Center. They are putting on this great seminar to help individuals that is interested in starting a business. They are providing them with great information, sound information that will help them sustain and become successful as an entrepreneur. Not only that, they are as well, I am providing the information on how to finance a business, because when you are opening a business as an entrepreneur, you have to have that sound financial growth.
Business owners or those looking to start a business can visit the Louisiana Small Business Development Center and HLB Financial Solution websites for more information. A big cleanup effort is going on in LeCount in preparation for the Louisiana Garden Club Federation Clean a City program.
It is a program around anti-litter. The Garden Club also received a grant from Keep Louisiana Beautiful. So our work days, there are 3 coming up. First one is this Saturday. Our work days are Great American Cleanup Days. And any citizen can come out. We have, or anyone who is interested in litter in central Louisiana can come. We form teams and we take blocks and work to make them better. We've also done some landscaping around the signs for the entrance to the city.
For anyone interested, those work days will be April 1st, the 7th, and 22nd from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. You can sign up at the LeCount High School Museum. The Indian hawthorn is typically known as a shrub, but the majestic beauty cultivar of the plant can be used as a small tree. On this edition of Get It Growing, LSU Ag Center horticulturist Dan Gill explores the possibilities of planting Indian hawthorn.
You know, if you're familiar with Indian hawthorns, when I say that name, you think about a low mounding shrub, maybe 2 or 3 feet tall, that makes a nice foundation planting in the landscape. What if I told you this was an Indian hawthorn? This is a cultivar selected for its large growth habit. It actually develops into a tree. This particular cultivar is called Majestic Beauty, and it's one of the larger growing Indian hawthorns. Rosalinda is another cultivar that's a large grower. They produce these beautiful clusters of peak flowers in the spring. The dark, shiny foliage is evergreen, keeping this plant attractive all through the season. Now, this has been trained as a standard with a single trunk and a sort of a round canopy of foliage at the top. Ultimately, over time, this will grow into a small tree as much as 15 feet tall. So these are really outstanding as specimen plants in the landscape. If you like this shape, every year, once or twice, you would just trim it back in the late spring and early summer to keep this head nice and compact. Otherwise, you could let it grow on up. Now, Indian hawthorns are loving sunny locations, so make sure you plant it in plenty of sun, good drainage. This plant is really not a lot of time and care with it because it's real drought tolerant once you get it established. So this beautiful Majestic Beauty Indian hawthorn, something very different in the Indian hawthorns from what you may be used to. Plant it now. We're trying to get our shrubs and trees planted before it gets so hot. For Get It Growing, I'm Dan Gill with the LSU Ag Center.
And for more information on other lawn and garden topics, contact your parish LSU Ag Center Extension Service Office or visit the LSU Ag Center website at lsuagcenter.com and click on the Lawn and Garden button.
Here comes the Easter Bunny, and he loves pecans. So KLAX TV is giving away a $200 gift card to Natchitoches Pecans. Just go to our website, our Facebook page, or our Twitter page. Click on the link and register to win. Enter daily through April 10th. Get ready to win from KLAX TV and Natchitoches Pecans.
The White House says they will help share information with Democrats on the intelligence committees following a New York Times report that says 2 White House officials provided information to Republican House Intelligence Committee Chair Devin Nunes. And over the Senate Intelligence Committee, the big headline is that Russian interference is not fake news. ABC's Lana Zach is in Washington.
The White House won't say how House Intelligence Committee Chair Devin Nunes received secret information or if gathering that information was done at the direction of President Trump.
Did the president direct anyone in this White House or in his national security team to try to find information or intelligence to back up his assertion about wiretapping?
I don't I'm not aware of anything directly. I'd have to look into that.
The New York Times is reporting that 2 White House officials gave Nunes information that President Trump later said somewhat vindicated his claims of illegal wiretapping, a claim that has been widely disputed by intelligence officials. The ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee said he would review documents provided by the White House, but
there is a cloud over the investigation as a result of the way the materials were provided. If indeed we're talking about the same documents here.
Meanwhile, Republicans and Democrats on the Senate Intelligence Committee agreed that Russia did try to interfere in the election by planting fake news stories that hurt Hillary Clinton and elevating that fake news on social media.
This Russian propaganda on steroids was designed to poison the national conversation in America.
But the Russian president is denying any involvement, paraphrasing a former American president, saying, "Read my lips."
No.
But Republican Senator Marco Rubio says that's not true. Members of his former campaign staff have been targeted by Russian trolls just within the last 24 hours. And one witness on the Senate Intelligence Committee hearing said that Russia is waging a new Cold War using politics, and he concludes it's working. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Investigators are at the scene of yesterday's crash near San Antonio, Texas, that killed 13 people as they traveled home from a church retreat. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is following the latest developments.
The NTSB now joining the investigation, looking into what, according to local authorities, caused this pickup truck to veer into oncoming traffic on this rural stretch of Texas highway Wednesday and hit this church bus head on.
First time that we've ever seen something like this happen with so many confirmed dead at one time.
At least 13 people killed. All of them were on board the bus, heading from a Bible study retreat back to the First Baptist Church in New Braunfels, Texas.
They were part of our church family. So they will be deeply missed.
Only one person on the bus survived. The others, including couples ranging in age from 61 to 87, mourned and in the prayers of so many today.
Lift this church up, lift the people on the bus up, lift their families up, and even the driver of the other car.
The driver of that pickup truck, a 20-year-old man, was last listed in stable condition at a hospital in San Antonio. The sole survivor from the bus was brought to another hospital there in critical condition. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Chris back with us, and sounds like a little bit of a warm-up on the way.
Yeah, it had a little cool temperatures around today once that front moved through here and took all the rain with it. Had some clouds left over and temperatures into the 70s, right where we should be actually this time of year. Our high of 75 here in Alexandria, normal high 74. Record high 92 back in 1946, but some warmer weather returns as we get ready for the weekend. Also some rain chances returning too, and we'll detail that when we come back.
Looks like here you wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old girl.
I want you to have an opportunity to clear your name.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
They're calling the whole task force in. This is a game changer.
Why won't you cooperate with the police? Are you trying to hide something?
No, Chris, what are you doing here?
Crime Watch Daily airs weekdays at 3 on KLAX TV.
And welcome back, everyone. A good Thursday evening to you. A cool day out there today. At least temperatures getting back to where they should be this time of year. We had our highs back into the mid-70s late this afternoon. Some mixing of sun and clouds. Had more cloud cover with a few peaks of sun here late in the afternoon hours. And we'll see those temperatures start to increase once again for your Friday. We'll get some sunshine back, that's for sure. We'll be warm, and also see that humidity increase too by Friday afternoon. As the weekend approaches in, Saturday looks okay. I think we'll be okay on Saturday as far as no rain goes. But late Saturday night into early Sunday, and then especially through the day on Monday, could see some more showers and thunderstorms back in the area as another system moves in, and could see some of those thunderstorms once again turn strong to severe. Definitely need to keep an eye on it as we get to Sunday and Monday with that threat of severe weather in parts of Louisiana late in the weekend and early next week. So take a look at our surface map for your Friday. Again, not much going on around our area. That frontal system that brought the rain last night and actually during the early morning hours of today has now pushed well off to our east. So behind that, we have a little bit cooler weather for today, but now as we get into your Friday, we'll start to see the warm temperatures return, getting highs back into the 80s. Also more humid too, sitting that dew point start to increase a little bit. But here's our next system well off to our west through parts of New Mexico and into parts of Nevada and also Arizona. The cold front will eventually make its way across Texas and then get into parts of Louisiana, especially by Sunday and Monday, bringing us another threat of some strong to severe storms around parts of our area. Before your Friday, looks like a pretty nice day. Again, we'll see temperatures a little bit warmer than today, back into the 80s, but we start in the 50s, 52 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning with mostly sunny skies. Still mostly sunny through noon, 77. And by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, seeing that high temperature reach about 84 degrees, south-southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Outside right now, we're enjoying some sunshine now after seeing the clouds around earlier today. A temperature right now at 74, and we're seeing that dew point 49 degrees, so a lot drier air in the forecast here today, but we'll see that dew point increase a little bit more tomorrow. West winds have been a little gusty, 13 miles per hour right now, and our pressure is holding steady. Here's your high temperatures from today. We saw temperatures once again get back into the mid-70s in much of central Louisiana. Upper 70s down to our south. We saw 75 degrees in Lake Charles, 75 degrees here in Alexandria, 75 also in Monroe, 74 the high in Natchitoches, 73 degrees in Shreveport, and 74 degrees the high today in Leesville. So it looks like we'll add about 10 degrees to these temperatures tomorrow. That puts our highs back into the 80s in most areas, and also going to start to see that dew point increase a little bit too, maybe add a little more humidity. If not tomorrow, definitely by the time we get into the weekend. Before tonight, mainly clear skies out there, a little bit cooler, 52 degrees for an overnight low, south-southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. 84 degrees our high temperature, again mostly sunny skies, pretty pleasant for this time of year and for the last day of March, and a little bit warmer too, south winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's your 7-day forecast. We'll go for a high of 85 on your Saturday. Again, Saturday looking pretty good. Possibly some strong to severe storms on Sunday, high of 75. And keeping that threat of storms in the forecast Monday too, 76 degrees early next week. And by Tuesday and Wednesday, we do get a little bit warmer Tuesday, 82, before another round of showers and thunderstorms comes through for the middle part of next week. And by then, Wednesday, Thursday, temperatures do drop back into the mid to upper 70s. Scott?
Thanks, Chris. Heroin use is on the rise in the United States. A new report shows how steep this rise has been and who has been most affected. With more, here's Dr. Timothy Johnson.
It used to be a street drug, a city drug, but heroin has become an equal opportunity scourge, touching communities throughout the United States. It's cheap, it's available, and it's killing thousands who overdose every year. And today, a new study reveals that as of 2013, 3.8 million Americans have used heroin at some point in their lives, a five-fold increase from 10 years before. The rise is especially high among young, poor, white, single men with low levels of education, a fact authors speculate may be due to the economic hardships this group has faced, along with a lack of available treatment resources once they're hooked. At the center of this illicit drug problem is the abuse of legal prescription drugs, opioid pain pills. Pills give the high, but are expensive and hard to get. Addiction to them has led many with no other history of drug use to take up heroin, which is much cheaper. Solutions to the nation's struggle with heroin are hard to come by, but most experts advocate treating the heroin epidemic as a public health problem, not a crime wave. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
Vitamin D and calcium supplements do not seem to reduce the risk of cancer among healthy postmenopausal women. Researchers in Omaha say there was no significant difference in the number of breast cancer cases between the treatment group and the placebo group after 4 years. Coming up, we'll hear from NSU baseball coach Bobby Barbier about the difficult early schedule, how it's now paying off. Plus, Venus Williams made history on the tennis courts. That story next.
Stay connected with KLAX ABC 31. Visit us online anytime. Get today's top stories and trending topics. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. See our pics on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. And make KLAXTV.com your home for local news and information. Plus, download the KLAX weather app for your smartphone or tablet. Get live current conditions, radar maps, alerts, and more. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.
The NSU baseball team will return home this weekend for a little 3-game set against Central Arkansas. After a rough start to the season, the Demons have scored 20 runs in its past 2 games. And, well, Coach Barbier said the recent outburst of hits and runs can be attributed to that tough early season schedule.
When you play those bigger schools, the ball just moves a little faster. It moves a little faster from the mound to the plate, around the infield, when it comes off the bat, you know. So your flaws are magnified when the ball moves faster.
Now on the softball field, the Demons are starting to put some wins together. They've won 3 of their last 5, and in 2 of those losses, they went to extra innings. So with the level of play going up, Coach Pickett said the wins aren't that far behind.
We're one play here, one hit here, one pitch here away from, winning a lot of ball games the last couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll continue to improve that. I feel good about where the kids' heads are. We're trying to turn the tides and try to get over the hump and win those games in the end.
On the tennis courts, the La Tech women remain undefeated at home after a 6-1 win over Stephen F. Austin this afternoon. Now with the rain threatening, La Tech pulled it out early with a doubles point victories on courts 2 and 3. They followed that up with 5 singles wins to improve to 4-0 at home. They'll return to action this weekend to face Tulane. Now, a number of NFL players made their way to Capitol Hill this morning to meet with the Congressional Black Caucus to talk about building trust between communities and police. Players, including former Saints defensive back Malcolm Jenkins, say they are using their platform to promote meaningful change in policing and trust in law enforcement.
So there's no way to instill trust or build a relationship between our police when our police are the front line of a broken system.
These issues, which include building trust between police and communities, ending the era of mass incarceration, and promoting the successful re-entry of the formerly incarcerated into communities, are vital components of criminal justice reform that benefits from consistent, broad, bipartisan support.
And Venus Williams added another record win to her already historic career. In the quarterfinals of the Miami Open, Williams took on world number 1 Angelique Kerber, and the 36-year-old Williams would power past number 1, taking the match 7-5, 6-3. With the win, Venus became the oldest woman to ever beat a number 1 ranked player in women's tennis. She'll continue her run in the semifinals tonight. Scott, Venus proven age doesn't really matter right now. 36
it doesn't look like retirement is anywhere in the near future for her, does it?
No, and for athletes, normally that 35, 36 is about that
Usually
time.
About that time.
But Venus is saying, no, not yet.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
We take you to an utterly tough competition. Who's better at virtual cow milking? Gamers or farmers? The answer next on ABC 31 News.
Only one doctor brings health right to your home. Dr. Oz.
Every day is a new chance for change, and everyone can start right now.
With all new ways to feel encouraged, inspired, hopeful, confident, proud, positive, special, feel better every day. Make an appointment with Dr. Oz. Check in for your daily checkup.
Dr. Oz, airing weekdays at 11 on KLAX TV.
A couple of Nintendo gamers got a dose of real farm work in Vermont. At Vermont's Billings Farm and Museum, the players were pitted against 2 real farmers for a virtual cow milking contest. The game showcased the new Nintendo console Switch. While the professional gamers won the virtual game, they conceded to the professionals in real cow milking, saying they gained a real appreciation for farm work.
Yeah, you would think that appreciation would already be there, but
you would.
I guess the virtual cow milking is the one that kind of pushed it over the edge.
Yeah, you kind of get out to the farm and you see how much work it actually is to get those things to your table.
Not a 9-to-5 job.
No, exactly.
Well, have a great night. Thanks for watching ABC 31 News.
Our military makeover recognizes the sacrifice of a deserving young Marine.
Tune in and learn about an American hero, the community, and the companies who come together to give back.
When it comes to cleaning up the streets of Boston,
this is who I am. This is what I do. Now get me in there.
He did it, and I know where the proof is. It's ladies first. Rizzoli and Isles.
Weekends at 11 on KLAX TV.